Hi guys, it's Elise at Mo Cottage, and today I'm going to show you how I sharpen my hunting knife. Keeping your knife sharp by sharpening it a little bit often is better than letting it get blunt and damaged and then trying to fix it up. It's also safer to be working with a sharp knife. The first thing I do when I'm going to sharpen my knife is have a good look at the blade. Obviously I know my blade, but if I'm sharpening any other knives, I have a look and I see what's the angle like? Is there an angle on both sides? Some knives just have an angle on one side, whereas others have the angle on both, like this one. So with this knife, there's an angle there on that side and also an angle on that side. And that determines how you're going to be sharpening your knife. So we need to sharpen both sides of this knife to the angle that's already there. What you'll need is a sharpening stone. There's so many different types you can get. This is a combination stone and it's got a rough side and a smooth side. So you can see the coarser half is this side and this is the finer side. I start with the more coarse side facing upwards because I want to use that first, and I place the whole lot on a towel to keep it rigid on the table, so that when I'm sharpening my knife, it's not moving around everywhere. To lubricate the stone, you just use a thin oil, like a mineral oil, and you just put a thin coat over the top of that. Mine's already got enough on it at the moment. If I needed to clean my stone because it was getting too clogged up, I would use kerosene to wash it with to get the oils out, and then start again. Not only do knives have different angles on the blade, they also are made from different materials as well. So some knives will be made of harder metals and some will be made of softer metals. The softer the metal, the more material, being the blade, will come off at each pass of the stone. So you need to be careful not to take too much of the material off, especially if you're used to sharpening a harder metal knife. I place my blade on the stone, find the angle, place my fingers on top to keep it in place and hold it firmly as I use the whole stone to sharpen the knife. Paying attention to get the whole curvature of the knife in one swipe so that the blade is evenly sharp right across the whole blade. I do 8 repetitions on each side, so when I switch it over, I find the angle of the blade, place my fingers on top to keep it firm and hold it in place, and try and keep that angle, which is practice, using the whole stone again. Do 8 more repetitions and then switch it over and do 8 more, and just keep an eye on the blade to see what you think, see how it's going, depending how much damage it's had and how much sharpening it needs. Once we've got our blade relatively sharp on both sides and we're happy with it, we work our way down with our repetitions. So we do 7 on each side, 6 on each side, until you get down to 1 on each side. Then we turn the stone over. And we do 8 on each side, and we work our way down. Now I'm just checking to make sure there's no feather, which is sort of like a burr on the end of the blade, which you will feel. That's really just a thin bit of metal that you don't want on the end of your blade because it will bend and it won't be sharp then. That's nice and sharp now. The next step is to just wipe all those bits of metal off because you don't want that getting into any food. And now I have a clean, sharp knife, ready to put away, nice and safe, out of reach of children. If you've never sharpened a knife, I hope that's given you the confidence to give it a go. It's not that hard, and I think practice makes perfect, so just give it a go and practice, and just be careful. If you want to see more of our journey, hit subscribe, and you can also check us out on Instagram. Thanks for watching. See you soon.